Welcome to the Dirt Shed Show with me, Martin Ashton, and look who we've got in the shed!
All right, it's good to be back. Thanks for having us.
Doddy, man, it seems like months that you were in here. It seems like...
Actually, dude, it's actually been since before December that I was even in this building. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness me, it's great. Well, it's great to have you here, and it's the perfect week to have you here, because this week, Doddy, I want to talk about brands that have influenced mountain biking, because just this last week, Shimano was 100 years old, which is incredible. And obviously such an influential brand. But I guess I was thinking, are they the most influential brand? And I thought, well, who better to ask than you? What do you think? Are they the most influential brand in the sport?
Do you know what? That's really tricky. You can't deny that they're definitely one of the most influential brands. 100 years old, so was it like March 1921? That's a long time making bicycle components from that very first freewheel. And yeah, Shimano are incredible.
They are incredible.
Are they? I don't know. There's other brands out there that, even though they haven't been around as long, are arguably could be more influential. Look at what SRAM have done in like the last decade, really, by binning off the derailleur and giving us the official one-bike system. That's pretty impressive, isn't it, for a fairly young brand?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess maybe they're going to be the future of that. But I mean, one thing we spoke about the other day, which I thought was really interesting, is that you think one of these two brands, or maybe an upstart coming in, needs to bring in the gearbox to really innovate mountain biking. Now, like, tell me about that.
Okay, so this is something I think we've all wanted for so long, to bin off the rear derailleur. So don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the external transmission because there's not much friction in it. It works, it's fairly cheap to replace individual components, unless you're replacing XTR or anything mad like that. And we basically haven't found a way that offers as little friction as that. That's why we don't have gearboxes yet. But come on, it's got to be close. And there's been that Shimano patent that was secretly floating around a while back. I reckon we might see it with e-bikes first. It seems like the right place to sort of push that into the market, maybe.
Well, and that would be because you've got kind of like the power assist that might mean that combats against the resistance of a gearbox.
Yeah,
and the friction.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, I have ridden a few gearboxes and they're unreal because technically suspension works better as well because you've got all the weight on the main centre of the frame. Like the bike, everything about them is amazing, and the fact that you shouldn't break anything off your bike, it's got to be a winner, isn't it? But we're not quite there yet. So someone's got to crack it properly, I think. That
is really interesting. And will it be one of these massive brands like Shimano with all that heritage, or maybe SRAM, like you said, they should say? But what about the future brands that in the next 100 years of mountain biking, which we're going to have, which is amazing, what's going to be the most influential brands in that time space? Or maybe not over the next 100 years, maybe in the next 10 years' time. Which brand do you see is going to influence the sport more than any other?
You might think that I'd say something like Santa Cruz or Specialized. You can't deny...
I would.
But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go on a whim here. I'm going to throw out Forest-style bikes, which a lot of people might not haven't even heard of. So they're from Andorra. Currently, they're not even a bike company as such because they're still in prototyping stage. But they've got like an innovation centre and they're doing everything there. They're doing their own battery tech, their own motors, frame designs. They're working, in fact, they share the same production facilities as Production Privé, and they're making their downhill bike, which is kind of along the similar lines to the Pole system, where it's a CNC machine bike made in two pieces. Yeah. They're pushing new boundaries in how to manufacture and just the entire approach of bikes. So I'd say check out Forest-style for a little glance at what's going to be coming for the future.
Wow, that is amazing. I did not think that's where you were going to go with that question. I really didn't. I love it though.
But I've got to say, have you seen the new Specialized advert for that the new e-bike?
Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah,
that's an e-bike.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess that whole future, we don't know how that's going to pan out in terms of the adoption of e-bikes and how that's going to transform the sport. But I guess there's always going to be the two paths, if you like. But wow, it's really interesting to hear a brand like that. So someone like Santa Cruz, that's what I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going to say Santa Cruz, but I'm sort of glad you didn't.
Well, do you know what? They're probably one of the coolest brands. if that makes it any better.
Yeah.
You can't deny that. They've been super cool from day one. And actually, the development work that they did with the VPP system, when they licensed that, well, they bought the design from Outland way back in the 90s, I forget the date. But incredible brand. Very cool.
Incredible brand. They pick their riders really well. That's what I think is really cool about Santa Cruz, is their marketing of who's influential in the sport, the actual influencers on the bike. They pick them very well. So that's something that they've got up their sleeve. But let us know in the comments down below, who do you think is going to be the future of mountain biking in terms of a brand? Who's going to really change how we think about mountain biking and develop it into something new that we haven't even experienced yet? Let us know in the comments down below. Doddy's thrown in an absolute banger there with Forrestal Bikes. That's a really great one. But yeah, let us know what you think. Who's the future of mountain biking? But talking about the future, let's have a little bit of a look at the past, the very recent past, with the news with Tom and Toff.
Welcome back to your weekly mountain bike news roundup here on the Dirt Shed Show. I'll start things off this week with the launch of SRAM's new GX AXS group set. SRAM have trickled down their wireless technology to the GX range. GX AXS is compatible with all existing 10 to 52 tooth Eagle drivetrains, so you don't have to buy it as part of an entire group set if you don't want to. With this in mind, it's available as an upgrade kit consisting of mech, shifter, battery and charger cable for £550. Now, let's not beat around the bush, it's still not cheap, but this is a huge step from SRAM, making it considerably cheaper than its XX1 or X01 predecessors, with the main penalties being a few extra grams. I won't spend too long on this because Doddy will be doing his thing on the tech show on Wednesday and bringing you more details than I can squeeze into a quick segment. So make sure you don't miss that if you want to find out more. It seems like every week that I'm announcing the addition of a new rider into the Canyon Collective right now, but this one is pretty special. The legend that is Paul Bazagosia has joined the ranks of the Canyon Collective to ride the Canyon e-bike range. After being told he might not be able to walk again after that horrific crash at Rampage in 2015, the progress that this guy has made to be back on two wheels is astonishing, and it's always great to see him riding. Even on a heavier e-bike, that classic Paul Baz clicked table is still there. Not sure on the pronunciation of this one. My Kiwi mates all say Mons, but if it's Mon, then I apologise. Mons Royale has held Future Grounds, a 4-day freeride camp at the recently reshaped Wynyard Jump Park. It was invite only, and New Zealand's top 10 female freeride and downhill riders were on the guest list. 3 times Crankwork Whip-Off winner Vinnie Armstrong was on hand to coach, and there was actually a day at a trampoline park as well, with coaches teaching skills like how to move in the air. From here, the girls took new tricks to the airbag and then to dirt. Similar to the Formation event held in Utah, it's cool to see women's freeride gaining momentum off of camps like this. Also, it's just sweet to see anyone land a trick to dirt for the first time. And can we talk about heel clickers too? I think they might be making a comeback and quickly becoming super cool. Right, if you love having access to your technical data like power and cadence, this one is for you. Garmin have released their new Rally pedals, which have an integrated power meter. Power meter pedals aren't something we've seen much of in mountain biking so far. Cranksets, yes, but integrated into pedals has been a road and tri specific thing until now. Neil's actually tried them out in a video on the channel last week. We'll link you to that in the description, and you can find out more about the pedals there. A few new products to run you through this week, starting with some new kicks from Physique. They've released their Gravita range aimed at downhill and enduro riders with both the Tensor and the Versa shoes. Physique have gone a long way to avoid the bulkier skate shoe look, using ripstop water-resistant uppers and Vibram soles. The Tensor has an armoured toe box, ergo lace, power strap, and a raised inner surface next to the ankle to prevent crank bashes, with the Versa being the more minimalistic of the two, which also makes it lighter. Both are available in either clip or flat and in a range of colours. Next up, we saw this new seamless back protection from Bluegrass. It's designed to fit like a second skin and be super breathable. The seamless nature of it means you pull it on over your head like a vest. There's no zip on the front or the side that could get uncomfortable. It's available as the Light, which is back protection only, or the BNS, which is back and shoulders too. Speaking of new merch, check out the hoodie that Martin's wearing. That's part of our new core hoodie range, fresh into the GMBN shop. Get over there and grab yourself one while stocks last. Okay, time once again for the sickest thing of the week. I wonder where Toff's going this time.
Cheers, Tom. Hey, everybody. Right, so this week's sickest thing is this insane new edit by Marcel Hunt. It's actually crazy. The whole thing's so well put together by Ryan Nangle. I just loved it. Now, Marcel used to be quite popular in the UK dirt jumping scene, and then a few years ago, he decided to move out to Canada to pursue his career of becoming a slopestyle, like a proper slopestyle athlete. So sick. Anyway, if you move to Canada, it's basically the law that you have to learn these undown things. An undown's basically an opposite one-footed tabletop, but with the bike quite vertical. It was pioneered by Ryan Howard and Carl Straight back in the early 2000s. Everyone does it now, so sick. And this edit's a great example of that. He does one in a 360 with a bar spin to bar spin afterwards, double slinger, so crazy. And another standout clip is he does a 721, like a cork 720 undown. I mean, I watched it and it kind of looks like it's a 360 to undown to late 3. Just looks so good. But yeah, there's so many bangers in this edit. The whole thing's so good. As usual, we'll put a link to this in the video description below. It's definitely worth checking this out. Right, time to go back to Tom in the dirt shed.
Right, just before I send you back to Martin and Doddy for the rest of the show, I've got some winners of our Komoot giveaway to announce. If your name is on screen right now, then congrats, you've won a year of Komoot Premium. We'll get in touch with you on your winning ride and provide you with an email address to send us your details on. Right, now it's back to Martin and Doddy in the shed. I'll see you next week.
Yes, love it. Love it. What do you think of Toff on the show, eh?
Do you know what? I'll tell you a little story about Toff. The first time I met him, he was actually in character. Right, it must have been 2001, and I was riding at a little secret local jump spot, and I saw this little North Shore ladder in the woods. I was like, who's built that? What's going on? And I saw this kid, and he must have been about 2 foot tall. He's like a little Ewok. And I was like, what are you building? He goes, yo, I'm building some sick North Shore. And that was the very first thing he ever said to me. True story.
That is so tough. Honestly, if you think he's an experiencing sickest thing of the week each week, you should meet him in real life. He is entertaining. He's a great guy. Right, let's get into your hacks and bodges this week. Doddy, I've picked out some specially for you this week.
Oh,
so
okay.
I knew you'd like these. I'm going to start a bit predictably, but I'm going to start with a bike cave, because over on Tech, you've got bike caves galore and some amazing ones. But what do you think of this one from Dave? It's Blake Builds inspired, so it's very much down the route of a kitchen in your garage kind of route.
It's so much like Blake's, yeah.
Yeah,
it looks awesome. Very colour coordinated as well, lots of Park Tall blue going on there.
Yeah,
clearly
always helps.
Influenced.
Always helps, yeah.
Nice vice on the end. Oh, he's got Karcher as well.
Yeah,
oh, dude,
yeah.
I'm loving it. Is that an
Yeah.
iPad? It looks like an iPad on that shelf there as well, so you can view the shows and stuff.
And I believe that's you on the iPad. I think that might be you playing on the iPad, so it's in your honour a little bit. Yeah, I think it's you out riding somewhere, I'm not sure. But I really like this one, because what I like is it's kind of like the one wall solution, okay? Because lots of us are sharing our garage with the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Whereas this is kind of like pick that one wall and gone, right, that's the mountain bike bit, leave it alone, everyone. That's where the mountain bike stuff goes. And I quite like that, because I've got kind of a similar setup in my hickety-pockety little bike cave. It's not quite as neat as this one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some more of your bike cave, because I think that's pretty special.
Do you know what? I'm getting a bit of envy, because when I built the bike cave, it didn't seem that many people had really cool bike caves, so I built it and I was like, yeah, I've got a good one. Neil's building one at the moment. It's just like,
Yes.
oh, you bugger, like, it's massive, his base. It's got, so what I'm going to do, I think about it like Jurassic Park. I'm going to build a Site B, put it that way.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. Right, next one. Actually, what are we saying on that? Hack. Well, it's definitely a hack, isn't it? A hack of a garage, that one.
Yeah, he's improved it, 100%.
Well, now let me move on to an absolutely disgusting bodge. This is from Warris. Okay, look at Doddy's face. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my God. That, right, okay, right. First off, okay, it's a chain tensioner, or the idea of one. It's very simply done with a piece of plastic tubing, dowel rod, and not dowel rod, what would that be like, trunking, and a little bit of gaffer tape, right? It's disgusting to look at, Doddy, isn't it? It's horrible.
Words escape me, Martin. Yeah.
But moving past that bodgeness,
Yep.
I think it works.
Well, he's clearly copied the original DCD, hasn't he?
Yes.
The original Dave's chain device. So I'd imagine you're going to have a letter in the post from Pete Tompkins trying to sue you for that. He won't at all. He'll be kind of flattered that someone's actually gone down the same route. Yeah, it's a horrendous bodge, but I guess it works.
I like that he hasn't even kind of like tried to clean up the edges or anything. It's just like, wow.
Done, it works.
It's amazing. So good. Well done, Warris. I like that a lot. That's over in California, that Dave's Chain Device. Like it. Right, last up, thought you'd like this one a lot. Little bit machining on the lathe. Ivan here over in Serbia has created a little bleeding kit pot.
Yeah, the little funnel for the Shimano. So actually, a few years back, someone sent us one. They've made a similar one. Super nice to use. But there is a reason that Shimano make them out of like a nylon plastic, because it's really easy to accidentally thread the insert basically that's in the brake lever. So although that's way nicer to use, be careful with that one, Ivan. But that is awesome. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, I like that actually because obviously it's got that. It's a much stronger thread, so it would actually outweigh the thread on the caliper itself.
But it looks way cooler, though, doesn't it?
It's nice, and it's always nice. Look at that video, him just like drilling it out like that. So cool. Very good.
Awesome. Love it.
A hack, yeah. Look, if you guys have got a hack or a bodge sitting in your bike cave or your bike cave itself, then please send it in. You might get the expert eye of Doddy on it, you never know. And we will be showing it on the show if it's good enough or bad enough, importantly. So send them in to the GMBN uploader. We would love to see them. That's how you get involved with the show, whether it's your hack or your bodge or your bike vault, or you've got a fail or a send, or maybe even, something special that you just think's original. You want to tell us all about it. Get involved. The link is in the description down below. Right, let's get into a little bit of EWS news now, Doddy. We've got Rick McLaughlin on the other end of the line. Let's see what he's got to say.
Good afternoon, Dirt Shed Show. Now, you're talking about influential brands this week, and I think that for me personally anyway, they don't come much more influential than Shimano. I've been running the latest XTR on my Santa Cruz Megatar for the last year or so, and I'm just constantly blown away by it. Their stuff just gets better and better every generation. I think in terms of teams that have been influential, you really can't look past French outfits like Commensal, Lapierre, Zip Collective, and that comes down to the fact that they continually invest in bringing the next generation of enduro racing talent along and getting them into the pit to learn from the last generation. Yeti obviously was their development squad as well, plus all their wins with Richie and Jared over the years. In terms of who the next big influential brands are going to be in the sport of enduro, you really need to look at that arms race that's taking place and starting to shape up in the EWSE. I mean, if you think back to when the Enduro World Series itself first came into being, they really were just racing on modified trail bikes, not the low, slung, long, slack race bikes that we all know and love today. And I think it becomes a question that's even more difficult to answer whenever you consider that brands like Husqvarna, from outside of the bike industry, are now going to be involved in racing as well. In terms of regular bikes, I'm expecting to see a lot more electronics this year, and with all of SRAM's Bluetooth stuff, Fox's Livewire stuff. But enduro is a fascinating test bed in that things have to last these massive days over, down these really difficult stages. So we'll be keeping an eye out for a few electrical gremlins maybe creeping in 2021 as well. In other news, EWS qualifier last weekend in Dwelling Up, Western Australia. We are actually still waiting for official results to be confirmed from there, so keep an eye on EnduroWorldSeries.com in the meantime. Also, some more bad news from Trek Factory Racing's Florian Nicolai. He has posted on social media that he has tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the Frenchman was currently sidelined with a separated shoulder that he suffered in a training accident, so he's going to spend a couple of weeks keeping himself to himself, and here's hoping that the only rider left in EWS history to have completed every single stage since the series began is getting all his bad luck out of the way at the start of the year. More next week.
Caption contest time. Now, the eagle-eyed of you out there will notice that I totally forgot to give you a caption photo last week so you could play. What a dummy. I mean, I've only got one job on this show.
It's not hard, is it?
That's all I've got to do, is basically ask you to give us a caption for a photo. I didn't do it, but let's just let's gloss over it. Let's gloss over that if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to give you this photo this week. What do you think of that, Doddy?
But not even really sure what it is. What's going on
Right,
there?
so we'll give you that photo. Give us a caption for that. And I tell you what, because I messed up, next week's Caption Contest winner, I'm going to give out a race top. How's that?
That sounds fair.
That's pretty good. Instead of a mug, it's a race top. So the stakes have been raised. So there you go. Give us your caption for that photo. We're playing again. And sorry about that hiccup. And we'll see what you guys come up with for next week's show. Right, it's time to have a look, looking at the week ahead of what's coming up on the channel. Here's a few teasers. What do you think of this? Quentin wants in on the battle though, and his efforts are stunning. Unfortunately, it's stunning to his linkage. The hit on this one is so hard, it's amazing. Uno bikes have a reputation for exotica. Their frames are beautiful and exclusive. Every frame they make is built in-house in their Barcelona studio. And similar to Hope, this is one of the main reasons for its cost.
Okay, now this is really what I'm here for. It's time for the bike vault. I love this.
Yes.
Come on, Martin, get us pictures up.
Yeah, look at this one. Starting with, oh, look at this. It's a Kona from 2004.
Caldera.
Caldera. So would that be 26?
Yeah, it'd be 26.
Yeah,
it's nice,
yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? There's Halo wheels on there, Marzocchi forks. I like it.
Updated with a dropper on there. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. I tell you what, I sort of feel like it's got a classic vibe, and I'd hit a super nice on that.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah.
We're going in.
I like that a lot. Well done, Connor. All right, next up, we've got something of an XC weapon. Look at this from Frederick.
Gone to a lot of effort with this photo, although the back
Yeah.
tyre's a bit weirdly blurred out. I think that's a sort of a digital
depth.
effect on his phone, maybe.
Depth of field, but a nice spot for it. Like he's taken that high point over the background.
A lot of care gone into it, but do you know what? If I was going to call this, like the tyre logos aren't lined up.
Ooh, rookie mistake. As he made the all-time faux pas and just dropped down to what is quite good and nice.
To be fair though, it's a really nice bike.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, dude, Doddy, you're the expert. What do you think?
I'd say nice. I'll say nice this time.
Right, well done, dude. Right, here we go. Now, next up, we've got Emmanuel's Stanton Switchback Mark 1. I do not know this bike. I do not know this bike.
They're really nice. They're steel hardtails. Yeah, very cool. The logos actually on those Stantons, when it first came out, really reminded me of charge bikes. They had that sort of like new packaging sort of style logos going on.
Yeah.
You might definitely remember them from back there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely got a charge vibe to it. Especially now you say that, especially like the brown saddle, it is sort of harping back to that kind of charge early days. Yeah, I like that. I know. Hey, I like it. Nice.
I think it's nice.
Definitely nice. Next up, I'm a fan of these bikes. I'm a fan of these. This is from John in Hayward in the UK. This is a Caliber Boss Nut. I like this bike. Do you know why I like these, Doddy? They're a very capable bike, but they're not crazy money. You know?
No, I think arguably they're one of the best value bikes you can get. I think they're awesome. I'm going to go straight in with a super nice, Mark.
Yes.
I think it's really nice, yeah.
Yes. Nice one. Well done, John.
Yeah.
Punch in the sky, I bet.
Yeah.
Right, next up we've got Stephanie's 2021 Excalibur Trek. I like that top line. I do like a bike that's got a nice line from the head tube all the way down to the rear axle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like it more when it's on a full sus bike, but I like it here.
I generally like most Trek bikes. They're kind of, I think a lot of people, you can look at them and think they might be a bit plain, but actually they're really, really nice if you look closer.
Yeah, our man Tom in the news there, I was chatting to him the other day and he was saying how boring he finds Treks. And I like them. I love the big logo. I love their heritage, what they've done in downhill racing and XC. I like them a lot.
Yeah, but he's like off-piste, isn't he? So
yeah, a little bit. What are we giving it? It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. Right, next up.
Super nice, straight away. Look at that.
Wow, look at it.
Dude. Oh my God, that is lovely. So Stefan's GT Zaska LE from 96, XTR M900 on there. Modern day tyres though, tan walls. Oh, I'm in my element there, you can see, can't you?
Yeah, get him how excited he is. That's so funny. That is a hell of a bike.
You need like something above a super nice, because when back in the day that would have been like top notch bike.
I mean, people riding past on that was rare. It's very cool.
Very nice.
And I tell you, man, it still just looks brilliant.
They do look cool still, don't they? It doesn't look like a really old thing, does it?
I love them in that big, large frame as well. Looks so good. Right, next up, we have got Matthew with his Scott scale. I wish the lighting was a little bit different on this bike. Just a bit more
backlit,
light,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you know what? They are super light, those bikes. They are so fast.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of those.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Like, I've said it so many times on this show. I think when you get on an absolute XE weapon, that's one of the best mountain bike experiences you can have on a super light bike that can just do so much. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's about the way it covers ground, isn't it? Just super quick.
I quite like that it's in Folsom because it just reminds me of like Johnny Cash singing about Folsom, Prison Blues and things like that.
That's a good link, that.
Johnny Cash is going to wander in and start riding it. That would be super nice. What are we giving it, Doddy? What are we giving it?
I'll say nice. Am I being too harsh? I think it's nice.
It's nice. Better lighting, you might have got more. There you go. That's how important the picture is. Brilliant bike as usual, but that's enough bikes. Let's see a bit of your riding over in fails or sends. Let's see what you've got for us this week. Hold tight, Doddy. It's going to be mad. Oh my God.
You see that dude go out the front door? Oh my God.
Let's have a look at that again. Show us that one again. Oh my God.
Is it just me, or is it like the older you get, the harder it is to watch this stuff? I used to like laugh my head off and I could barely watch some of it.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable to watch, that one. When you've been out and you've had a bail, if you've got it on camera, there's only one thing you can do with it, is celebrate it. Celebrate and have a bit of fun with it, so send them in to us. Remember, that uploader is there for you guys to get involved with the show, so please send us in your stuff. I love seeing it. I spend much too much time each week looking through it. Doddy, it has been amazing to have you on the show. It's been so great to have you back, and I hope we can do it again soon. You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's nice being in here, to be honest. Yeah, it's good to see it, dude, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you let us know in the comments down below what you think is going to be the next influential brand and take Shimano's crown in the next, maybe not 100 years, maybe 10 years. Let's see how it goes. Right, remember, this is the Dirt Shed Show. It's for you guys to get involved with GMBN, so make sure you give us a love, like, and share on social platforms. Doddy, what's that other thing they should do with these YouTube channels? What is it?
Comment.
Subscribe, dummy. Subscribe.
Get the comments.
God, this guy, you think he'd know by now. Right, we'll see you guys next week.
It's a given, isn't it? See you later.